This is Mrs. V. As promised, every Friday I am going to bring you Kathy's Corner. As I said before, many of you don't know, I'm a poet and I am a writer. And for nearly 35 years, I've been writing poetry. So I'm going to give you some excerpts or a synopsis of my poetry. And this is the synopsis, and we're going to go through the synopsis, and I'm going to break down each woman individually. So, it starts with, welcome my sisters, one and all. To my sisters of all colors, race, and creed, I wrote this book just for you. Yes, it's the story of my life, but if you read between the lines, as you turn each page, what you will discover is that it is also for that young sister who is in a bitter and abusive relationship. Her heart tells her to stay every time he apologizes, but her mind tells her as she cleans her face from blood and he calls her to make love, that she really must go. I'm going to break down that sister in an abusive relationships. There are so many African American women, minority women, and Caucasian women that are victims of abuse. And every time the abuser abuses them, then they come back with flowers or gifts or something. And this is when your heart sets in and says, well, he promises this is the last time. Let me tell you, my sisters, it's not the last time. And it may start out subtle as a simple slap or maybe grabbing your arm, but eventually it becomes full-blown abuse. And as you struggle to figure out whether you want to stay or not, this is where the problem comes in, because it's the heart over the mind. I was once in an abusive relationship. However, I had a little bit of my mom and my great-grandmother in me, so I fought back. And it got to the point where I was contemplating killing him. And one night, after he had beat me, I got up and I got a knife. And I straddled him, and I was actually going to cut his throat. I woke him up and I said, I want you to see. I want to look in your eyes when I kill you. Now, my grandmother was a praying woman. She had a hotline to Jesus. So she had just had back surgery. She fell on the floor because God showed her that I was covered in blood. And just as I went to cut, something hit me. And I got up and he took off running. At 3 in the morning, my grandmother called me and she said these words, "You didn't kill him, did you, honey?" And I went to pieces. And I left him. I never looked back. At one point, he tried to kidnap me. That was not successful. And so, as I stated, each one of the women that I will describe in my synopsis